Mark Smith and Board President Stacy Harrison. Welcome.
Thank you, Mark.
And
good to be here.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. How'd you find out?
Hi, Stacy. Well, it's all over.
It's all over.
People have been talking about it 47 years. That's great. And Debbie, who's not here today, happy anniversary to you too.
She's probably watching.
The Johnson Community Food Pantry closed abruptly, and we hope temporarily. What happened?
Well, we had some chicken. It was 200 pounds of chicken in one of our freezers, and we don't know why. Either the door wasn't shut tight or the compressor kind of froze up. What happens if you've got a gap in the door, the compressor will continue to run and defrost, and when that happens, the chicken thaws. Well, when the chicken thawed, or maybe it fell out a couple days before, I don't know. Maybe it was stacked improperly or something. It fell out on the floor and thawed out there. It probably was 4 or 5 days before we found it.
Oh no.
And it smelled pretty bad. It still smells pretty bad. I think it's been about a month, hasn't it? It was on the third Wednesday of the month is when we discovered it. And the cleanup is going to be horrible. We are finding that it's in the carpet, and that's got to come up. We think it probably is on all the tiles in the ceiling because they're porous. And we don't know how much further it goes. All the cardboard boxes smell bad. Some of our files smell bad because the files are in a room adjacent to this. So the smell just permeates the whole place.
Stop talking about it. It's one of the worst smells known to man.
It is.
And I understand that some of you guys, you couldn't get that smell out of your head for days after you left the building.
No, you can't. You can't. My wife insists I wear a mask going in there, and if people are smart, that's what they would do. We had a hygienist come in. We've been talking with the insurance company. Rick Jaradat, the local attorney, is on our board, and he's been handling the discussion with the insurance company and trying to figure out where we stand. We are also talking to a local flooring company about what the costs may be. Whether we will use them or not, I don't know. The insurance company makes those decisions. We just kind of sit back and wait is the problem. And we had a hygienist come in. He was going to swab various things in the building to find out how extensive it was and what would need to be trashed and thrown away and what maybe we could keep. But it doesn't sound like we're going to keep very much.
That's amazing, because when I first heard about it, the freezer broke, and so some stuff thawed. Okay, you clean it out, you're back up and running. But Stacy, it's not that simple. It's amazing how devastating that was.
No, and the contamination is spread throughout the building. So we are needing to replace the flooring, as Mark said, possibly repainting. I mean, that putrid smell of rotting flesh is exactly what it is. But it's shocking how much has to be replaced. And made new again because of it. And basically we run on donations, and we're volunteers and we feed, over 800 people every month. So our ability to rectify the situation also, is kind of dependent on donations and the help of our neighbors.
So the speed, it is critical, and you have been working fast. It's been taking that long to do everything.
I've got to correct one thing. Stacy keeps using that 800 figure. It's more than that. It's about 1,200. 1,200 households a month.
Yeah,
and
families.
What are the households that depend on the food pantry? What are they doing?
Well, it's putting a little bit more of a burden on the other pantries. This community is wonderful because I've been handling all kinds of telephone calls on what can we do, and people want to help, and I keep saying we have to wait and see what's covered by insurance and what is not covered by insurance. So we don't know financially what kind of shape we're going to be in. Obviously, like Stacy says, we get donations is basically what runs our pantry. And so if we don't get donations in to help cover the costs, I don't know what's going to happen. It's not a good situation.
Are you working with any other pantries to?
Well, yeah, not directly. There's some other pantries who have called us and talked to us, and the Interfaith Shelter. I'm on the board of the Interfaith Shelter, so they said they can help with meals and maybe some carry-out meals for families if need be. So they've jumped in, and some of the other pantries we've talked about, they wanted to bring us food, and we said, well, we really can't do that because we got no place to put it. We'd have to put it out in the parking lot, and that would not work. It would be a lot of logistics with that, especially when you're feeding that many people. And one of the things we give out is a lot of fresh produce, anything from vegetables to fruits, also breads. That all gets delivered to us Wednesday morning. So that's something the clients really love. Also, Amanda Lutheran does the same thing, and I think the Church of the Nazarene does also, but it's a burden on the community.
So have you put a hold on taking in fresh donations? Because you have no place to put them, right?
As far as food goes,
Yeah.
yes, we had to stop them. We've talked to the food bank about it, and they said, don't worry about it, we'll figure out a way to help you with it. So we may have to throw away the food we've got in storage. We don't know.
Even canned goods.
Even canned goods. The issue with canned goods is they probably are going to have to be labels taken off of them because the labels may get contaminated, and there'll be contamination on the can itself. So that would have to be washed or some way sanitized before we can give it out. So we'd have to put what the label said it is, the product is. And one of the people was telling us, if you try to do that, it's going to be more and not cost effective because the labor to do that will be more than the cost of the food.
Sure.
Especially because we buy the food so cheaply. We buy it from a food bank, and it's, we get 5 times what another person can get in a grocery store.
What kind of timeline then? You still have a lot up in the air as far as when you might be back up and running? I haven't got a clue. It's driving me crazy because I'm an aggressive kind of a guy. I said, let's get this done, and we have to sit back and wait. I was trying to make plans on what we should do, and they said, just wait. You've got to wait it out and see what the insurance company's willing to do, what they have to do. And we had a hygienist come in, like I said. He said it would probably take a week before he'd get his results back. Once he gets the results, then we'll be able to call the redemption team. We've already got that team lined up and ready to go. Their costs just blew me away. I just said, I'm not sure how we're going to do this. Isn't it amazing just what sounds like a simple problem, a broken freezer, has created such a calamity?
Well, I've had this happen before where a freezer would quit and we had to throw away the food inside it.
Yeah.
But normally we caught that fairly quick and it wouldn't permeate the building. We would get it thrown away.
Who discovered
this? Was
this?
Laying on the floor rotting.
Did you discover this?
No, I did not. My Steve Vanderveen, who you're going to talk to probably in July, because he's got a fundraiser coming up that he wants to talk about. He was going to come today, and I said, well, let's wait on that till we know where we are. So, but yeah, Steve Vanderveen and his team of people, they were coming to bring in the produce and the fresh fruits and stuff that was being delivered that morning. God bless them, because they had to take it out of the building.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was bad.
Stacy, how can people help? What do you need from the community now?
Well, I just want to kind of give a little shout out. One of our favorite groups of people who give us tons of fresh fruits and vegetables are the prisoners at the state prison. They supply us all summer long. There's 2,500 prisoners gardening out there, and they garden their little hearts out so they can bring the food over to the food pantry, and we love them. And so I just want to also remind, we're the Jackson Community Food Pantry, so we're jcfoods.org. If you are interested in getting involved, or maybe having a food drive, or maybe making a donation, or helping in any way. We always need volunteers. So I'm sorry, what was the question?
I don't remember. How can people, well, I think you answered it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Directly, I don't know what they can do outside of finances. But we're going to need finances to cover the costs.
And our mission is to serve our community and to get this rectified as quickly as possible, and to do so with dignity for all people in need, no matter their faith or color or gender identity or any of that. We welcome all people to the community food pantry.
Well, it's a great mission, and sorry to hear about the big hiccup, but good luck on getting everything resolved. And I know you'll keep our viewers informed, and we'll pass along the latest.
Well, hopefully a couple of weeks, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be maybe up to like 4.
Wow.
I don't know. It's because I'm dumbfounded by what's got to be done.
Yeah.
And it just is it's mind-boggling.
Well, it's, you know, all about health and safety. You got to.
Right.
Yeah.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
bringing us on. We appreciate it.
The founder, executive director of the Jackson Community Food Pantry, Mark Smith, and board president, Stacy Harrison. Up next, the Lloyd Gantt Retirement Center's daily trivia game.